Hi, I'm Ryan Szymanski, curator for Battleship New Jersey Museum and Memorial. Today we're in the galley of Red Oak Victory in Richmond, California. She is a museum ship that's working towards getting underway. One of the ways that they fund that is through a series of pancake breakfasts they do. There's a link in the description below if you'd like to support the ship and attend a pancake breakfast on board. As of the filming of this video in early 2023, the next pancake breakfast is going to be on Sunday, May 14th for Mother's Day. So, this space shares a number of similarities with Battleship New Jersey, and it has a lot of differences too. On Battleship New Jersey, there are a series of galleys around the ship, whether you're a chief petty officer, an officer, captain or admiral, and then of course enlisted. On a Victory ship, this space does it all. And then the food for the officers is taken from here up one ladder to the officer's wardroom or up two ladders on a tray to the captain's cabin. Some similarities that we have are things like the Hobart mixing bowl, which every single one of the battleship's galleys have, and the steam kettle over here in the corner, which we have several of on Battleship New Jersey. Something that is very different on Red Oak Victory is the oven slash range here. Battleship New Jersey has several of these that are electrically powered. This range is an original 1944, like installed when the ship was built, and runs off of diesel fuel. Some of the other fuel that's carried on board, because you've got that already, this range runs off of it too. The size of this range gives you an idea of how many pancakes you get when you come here for a pancake breakfast. I'm told every guest gets an entire range's worth of pancakes. So you've got an old style electric toaster here. This one's actually 220 volt. And then, of course, the 1940s era microwave. But you see how there's the new stainless steel counter that is put on here. This antedates the ship's construction. One cool thing that Battleship New Jersey no longer has, and that's one of my favorite things coming to other ships like this, is getting to see features that we probably would have had earlier in the ship's career but no longer have, is this potato peeler. Originally, the counter would not have extended this far, so you could drop potatoes into the top and then they would come out here peeled. During World War II, there were spud lockers on the ship in which you just kept pounds and pounds of regular potatoes. By the time Battleship New Jersey gets to the end of her career in the 80s, you're no longer carrying tons of potatoes and hand peeling them or putting them through peelers and cutting them up. You're taking more modern things like powdered potatoes or already prepared canned foodstuffs. So the amount of work on the mess cooks and galley staff is significantly reduced. Another interesting feature here in the galley is the can opener. So this specifically can open number 10 cans, the real big ones on here for feeding the entire ship's crew. I have seen some of these on Battleship New Jersey, and I bet that these got more work later on in the ship's career as more and more canned food was prevalent on board, as opposed to things earlier in the ship's career. For example, Battleship New Jersey is built with a butcher shop, and by the end of the ship's career, it's not used anymore. You're not taking on whole cuts of meat, you're taking on pre-packaged, pre-sliced meat. Let's go see the butcher shop on Red Oak Victory. We're down a single ladder from the galley up above, and it's just sitting here in the major thwartship's passageway right next to the reefer. We'll go in there in a second. But check out, you've got the butcher's block proper here. You've got a whole sink here, and then you've got this whole workbench to work with. It actually feels more substantial than some of the butcher spaces on Battleship New Jersey, even though we've got an actual room dedicated to this, and this is just a peeway. They've also got things like the scales that are used, and of course the saws, and here's tonight's dinner. Another important feature here is they've got a fire plug station right next to the butcher's block. So at the end of every watch, when you're finished working here, you can spray down the station and the P-way. And I'm betting there's a deck drain around here somewhere so that you can clean down once you're finished making tonight's cut of meat. Come on into the reefers. These are significantly different than on Battleship New Jersey, whereas we've got metal grating on the decks and regular insulation and sheet metal. On Red Oak Victory, like in so many other places around the ship, they use wood. Remember, this ship is mass produced. It takes less than 3 months to build her, just 88 days, which is not the quickest Victory ship construction. So they are using woods and other readily available materials and things that won't last as long as what's on a battleship. But remember, this ship wasn't designed to last 20 or this is her 79th year in service. She was not designed to last this long, and yet it's held up just fine. Yeah, so this reefer right here is for meat, and much like on Battleship New Jersey, there are a series of reefers around here for dairy or meat and vegetables or eggs and butter, things like that. Each one features an alarm button like this that rings up in the galley so that if the door gets shut on me in here, somebody can come and rescue me before I get too cold. And they actually have a menu from 1968 when the ship was being run by American Mail Line. So this is what they would have eaten on board when the ship was in service. On a Sunday, July 14th, 1968, the meal of the day was, almost said grilled cantaloupe. It's chilled cantaloupe juice, stewed prunes, yummy, Zoom hot cereal, assorted dry cereal, grilled breakfast ham, creamed dried chipped beef on buttered toast. Back on my day, we called that something different. Far fewer words. SOS, those of you who know. Fresh tomato omelet, eggs to order, French toast, cinnamon sugar, hash brown potatoes, cocoa, milk, Ovaltine, and coffee. For lunch, they had green onions, garden radishes, cream of tomato soup, roast Long Island duck with dressing, gravy, applesauce, fricassee of veal with garden green peas and dumplings, grilled cheese sandwiches with garnish, buttered green peas, glazed carrots, snowflake potatoes, steamed rice, hot biscuits, orange chiffon pie, coffee, tea, milk, and iced tea. And that's just lunch, folks. For dinner, we've got grilled top sirloin steak to order with mushroom sauce, steamed frankfurters with baked beans, Boston brown bread, Bombay lamb curry with chutney and steamed rice, buttered broccoli, sauteed summer squash, French fried potatoes, steamed rice, strawberry ice cream, assorted cookies, coffee, tea, milk, and iced tea. So clearly you can see that merchant mariners eat better than Navy sailors. And you can eat just like them if you come to the pancake breakfast on Mother's Day, May 14th, 2023. I promise you don't have to sit in the uncomfortable chairs in cruise mess when you're on board. Red Oak Victory would have had a crew of about 50 merchant mariners on board in service, and only part of them would ever be eating at any given time because the other part are running the ship. So rather than cram everyone into that space, they've turned the upper part of hold number 4 into an event space, complete with dance floor and plenty of room here. I promise you, the bacon was not prepared on that butcher block. So have you ever been on one of the events that our historic ship has hosted? Things like retirement ceremonies, pancake breakfasts, weddings, anything like that? Let us know what your favorite ones are in the comment section down below. Battleship New Jersey hosts a beer fest, but as somebody who doesn't drink, I prefer the pancake breakfast myself. Battleship New Jersey receives operating support from the New Jersey Department of State, also from a number of other businesses and private individuals like yourselves. For today's video, consider sponsoring Red Oak Victory or attending one of their fundraising events such as the Pancake Breakfast to help them get the ship operational again. You can support Battleship New Jersey by liking, sharing, and subscribing so more people find out about us and our channel. Thanks for watching.